Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Real Talk with PNB, and today I'm going to be giving you guys the gist on how I started photography, how I got into photography, and then some of the mistakes I made while starting out photography, and what you should know to avoid when you start photography.
Yeah. Uh.
I started photography, I would say in 2018. Um I was going through a rough time, so I needed something to like pull me out of that traumatic experience. And then photography was very therapeutic for me. It was something I could use to like express how I felt, use it to I don't know how to explain it. I just felt safer taking pictures. So at that time, I didn't think of it as something serious. I didn't want to like take it to the next level. I just wanted to be taking pictures to make myself happy. So what I was always doing was taking pictures of flowers, taking pictures of just random things, never something serious. And then finally, I think I was on my bed that day, and I was like, you know what? Let me actually learn about photography. So I went to YouTube. I can remember that night. I did not sleep till the next morning. I was watching videos on photography. I kept watching them. I wanted to understand what was happening. And I was excited. Like just taking a picture with my phone that looked really simple. While learning about it, I started looking at the complexities involved in it, and I started seeing how broad it was. Just like, for example, just like how in secondary school we're taught computer science and we're like, oh, computer science is simple. Now that I am studying computer science, I know that it's not just monitor, keyboard, and mouse. There's a whole lot to it. So that's the same way I understood that photography was a lot huge, was a lot bigger than what I thought. It was really broad. And I liked it. I liked the fact that there was so many things involved in it. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to keep reading. And I got really interested. Like, I think researching about photography was what sparked the interest, because the interest was there, but it needed something to like sprinkle a little ladash on it. So yeah, so I read about it. I got some online books. I even applied for online free courses. Is that deep? Oh? I did a lot of things to like learn it, and I kept understanding some things. And the next level for me was to get an app that was going to allow me tweak my settings from my phone. So I got, I think, was it Pro Camera? I can't remember the name of the app. So I got it on my Techno. At that time, I got it on my Techno, and then I tweaked the settings, took some few pictures, and I was like, oh, if you do this, this will happen. If you do that, that will happen. So then your phone is just using auto for you. So there can actually be so many things you can do to produce some kind of images. Because I was always wondering why other photographers had a certain type of image, while just on my phone it was just one particular way to get. So after learning about it, I understood that oh, there are actually some certain settings that would actually either make your image overexposed, underexposed, or even balanced. So in that app that I got, that was when I started tweaking the settings, started getting excited about it, and then you know what? I think 2019, I was like, no, I can't use this phone anymore. I think it was 2019. Yeah, 2019, right? Yeah, 2019. So 2019, I went ahead to get an iPhone. It was a 7 Plus, and then I got it, and I took more pictures. I loved what I was doing, and then of course you trust iPhones. They give better quality, and I'm not saying some phone cameras are bad, some are good. I'm not trying to compare. I'm just telling you that at that time, the iPhone camera was way better than what I had the last time. So I started using it to take pictures too. I started getting some apps to tweak them. I even got Snapseed to like edit them, Visco, all those things. edit the pictures, and I got more interested. So my images got better. And then the more I took images, the more I was trying to like show my parents, show my siblings. I was trying to get them involved. Oh, look at this, look at this. And they were so excited because some of the pictures, forget, are too good. They were actually really nice. Like really, really nice. I'm not even going to blow my trumpet or anything. But yeah, they were really nice. And then in church, the teens church at that time, I was in the teens department at that time, yeah. And then I started taking pictures along with my friend. He told me some few things on how to handle the camera because at that time, I don't know how to handle like a professional camera. Do you get a camera body with a lens? I did not know how to do that. I was just using my phone. But I learned how to do that on YouTube. But there was no physical, there was no practical done. It was just theory. So he taught me how to like handle it practically, and I was so excited. You will not even begin to understand. Huh. The next thing I did, I went to Amazon. I started looking for cameras. And then I was like, wait, oh, I don't even know the kind of camera that would be best for me. Why would I just come and start looking for cameras? So I went back to YouTube, of course, which was my school at that time. And then, see, I would give all my, what I call it, balloons to YouTube because I've learned a lot. I've learned how to take pictures from YouTube. I've learned how to sew from YouTube. I've learned how to cook from YouTube. I've learned so many things. How to design so many things from YouTube. Like I can't even start going there, but then you get the point. Any problem I have, I go straight to YouTube to like find solutions. That's how bad it is. I went back to YouTube to learn how to I learned what type of camera was best for a beginner photographer, what was best for a professional photographer, what was best for a hobbyist, what was best for an enthusiast. Like there were different platforms to like learn from on that matter. So I also googled some things. I got some books to like give me a proper guide on what type of camera to buy if I was to get one. So and I read. I wrote them down. I was like, you know what? These five cameras, I'm gonna get you. I did not know how. I just said I was gonna get them. So I went to Amazon, I checked for prices, I checked some stores on Instagram, and that's when I realized that cameras are expensive. You had to like save up to get them. I did. Very shocking thing. Like, I mean, very, very shocking. But then also not shocking. Like, look at them. And when you look at photographers, you don't know that these people are investors. When you say a photographer, build them. They're investors, let me tell you. So yeah, the plan was to find out the cameras I wanted, yeah, and get the price. So I wrote the cameras down already. So I put the prices beside them. And the next thing was to pray. Because how on earth am I supposed to get this money? How? Where am I supposed to get close to 1 million, more than 1 million, just for a beginner camera? Anyways, so I prayed about it, and then I didn't want it to look like I was rushing to getting a camera. So I kept using my phone. I kept being invested in it. And while I was doing that, I was showing my parents so they could see how invested I was. Because they wouldn't just want to like buy something that they think I would just stop liking at the point. Do you get? So I kept showing them how interested I was and how invested I was in what I was doing. Then the night before I got the camera, I don't know what came over me. So I went to Amazon and then I got the camera I wanted and put it in my cart. And then I also got SD cards and no, and I kept them in my cart with expectations, right? Yeah. And then before I slept that night, I started downloading videos on how to handle that camera. I had not gotten it though. I had not even gotten the money. I have not even asked my parents. I just started reading the manual. Guy, the next morning, my dad was going to work, and then I went to his room. The kind of morale that came to my mind that day. I don't even know. So I went to his room and I told him, Daddy, please, can you get me a camera? And he was like, okay, how much? And I told him that it was 400 and something at that time, but they were on the promo. It was 70 and they were on the promo, so it was around 370, 380, if I'm not mistaken. And then he said, okay, I'll think about it. It was as if they poured me cold water. I was like, no. After reading my manual, hey, no, no, no. So I went back to my room. I knelt down. I remember crying. I was begging God. I stood up. I went back to my daddy's room. I started crying. I said, Daddy, please. This is the promo. If you pass it now, I know actually a promo. It's actually going to finish. So, Daddy, please. I need this now. If the promo ends, I have to get it at the higher price. This, that, that. I started crying. Anyways, as God will have it, he now said, okay, send your account number. Hey, God. The happiness, in fact, the excitement, everything I was feeling at that time, I was overwhelmed. And then I went back to my room and then I knelt down and I started thanking God because I knew that normally, my dad would say it's not necessary. This one easily agreed. I was so it was shocking though, but I was also excited. And then see, I don't even think I had my bath that morning. I just got dressed. No, did I have my bath? I don't know, I can't remember. I just do that. I got dressed and then went on my ride and took myself. I didn't even wait to use Amazon because I didn't want the whole delivery process and things like that. I wanted a camera in my house that night, that day, that morning. So I went to Science 7070, which I already checked their Instagram page. Like I told you, that's where I saw the promo. So I went there, I rushed there. No, I didn't even went there. I didn't even go there. I rushed there. So I got there and I told them this was the camera I wanted. They got the camera and started checking it and was like, oh, is this what you want? I said yes. And then I got my camera. I got home and then guess what? I think after 2 weeks, the excitement died. So I stopped using my camera and I went into something that I would call a brain drain or something. I don't know how to explain it, but I felt overwhelmed. Like all I wanted to do was just to get a camera, just to get a camera. So now that I've gotten the camera, what next? There's this point where when you achieve what you have gone for, and then you still feel like you're not satisfied, and then you go for more. When you now finally reach that more, you are stuck. That's how I was stuck. I spoke to somebody about it. And then the person told me it was normal because of the kind of excitement I had. So I needed to write down my goals if I'm really ready to go into photography. I'm getting this camera. Of course, I'm ready to go into photography big time. And then he said, okay, I should write them down. I wrote my plans down. I wrote everything down and I was like, you know what? I'm going to do this. So I went back to YouTube. I went back to Chrome. I learned a lot. I signed up for so many trainings, so many seminars. I even joined a community that even sparked it the most. I joined Shutters Network and it went from here to here. You can't even see it. See how high it is. So yeah, my see, I went on a different level. I just wanted to do photography. I just wanted to take pictures. And that was when I realized that what I loved doing was documentary photography. The more you spend time with photographers of different niches, I think that pushes you to find what you want to do exactly, like where you want to divert your energy to. Do you get what I'm saying? And the point is that just be around photographers that would actually help you, that would actually make you understand things better. So while doing that, I got to understand what I wanted the more. Yeah. And that happened. And progressively I started getting I think I got my camera bag after that whole camera thingy. I got my camera bag because see, it's very important when you want to start photography. Please buy a camera bag. I remember saying, "Oh no, it's not important. I'll put it in my handbag." I was a fool. A mumu. Don't be one to. So actually get a camera bag, then also get a tripod stand. See, as I'm saying all these things, I'm telling you the mistakes that I made. So when you're going into photography and you want to get your gears, I think it's better if you get everything at once. Yeah, or but if you because now dollar is going up. So if you actually want to like get something, get it at that time. It's not going to reduce price. But then I felt at that time that I could keep buying them slowly and slowly and slowly and slowly. But then I had the money, so why did I just buy the accessories? Like now, if you have the money, buy that tripod stand, buy that extra SD card, buy that extra battery. It will not kill you. Please buy it. So yeah, I started getting things of that sort, and then I started getting more involved in documentary photography. I started reading more on it. I started trying to like get the difference on photojournalism and documentary photography. They are like this. Yeah, just a tiny space. So you could easily mix them up. But then they're two different things, but very similar. Yeah. So I decided that nah, I didn't want photojournalism. I wanted documentary photography. And then what now pushed it the more was the fact that I always love helping people. I always like connecting with people on a deeper level, even though I am mean to some extent. I love connecting with people emotionally. So that gave me a platform to actually connect with people, learn things from people, meet new people, especially. So yeah, those things exposed me to what was actually happening in the country, what's actually happening in the country, what's actually happening in the world at large. So yeah, um, that keeps me going, wanting to help people whilst knowing that there's actually a problem. And there's a problem that not just I can fix, but everybody can fix. So why not I bring it to light? Most times you don't really know that these people are actually going through hell. But then when there's a photographer like me that will bring it to light, or when there's a project that is going on that you don't know about, I will bring it to light. So yeah, that is how I started photography. Very simple. When you're starting out photography, start with whatever you have. If you don't have a camera yet, use your phone camera. It is still a camera. Just get it and get some apps to like help you tweak the settings. And I feel like even before going to that level of getting an app, learn about photography in depthly before looking for gears or before wanting to start following people for gigs. Because I realized that's how some people said photography. Maybe they had a sibling or uncle or an auntie that was into photography, so they kept following the person around and learned from the person and things like that. That's also good, but I feel like research should be your first thing. Know the definition of photography, say. Know the settings, understand exposure triangle before doing it, before you even hold the camera body. Please, I would love us to like do our research properly before you try any new thing. Not only about photography, yeah. So that was how I started photography, yeah. And this is the end of my story. I know my story was long, but thank you so much for watching this video. And I know you love the video, so please like the video, share, and subscribe. And lastly, please click on the notification bell so you get the tea on when the tea from me is coming. I don't know what I said. I don't know if it made sense. But the point is, please do that.